glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome if you're new. If you are new, my name is Shan from Home with Shan over on Instagram, and this is baby George, and George is 6 months old, and I cannot believe it. I thought we'd do his 6-month update, and there's so much to update you guys on. I can't believe the difference between 5 months and 6 months even. There's so much to talk about. I'm gonna sit on the floor with George. Okay, that is better. George is down there playing with a couple of animals, or at least he will at some point, I'm sure. Putting them in his mouth more like. But yeah, let's just jump in straight away to his 6-month update. So George turned 6 months old on the 9th of March, which is crazy. Half a year he's been here. Half a year. I feel like the main thing that people want to know about these updates is sleep. How is sleep going? How much sleep are they having? All that kind of stuff. So with George, he used to sleep about 16, 17 hours a day, and now that's gone down slightly. So when I say day, I mean in a 24-hour period. So he now is sleeping, I think in total, about 15 hours in a day, which is still quite a lot for a 6-month-old, but he's quite a small baby. He's literally munching on that elephant. Can you see him? Yeah. So he's having 2 or 3 naps a day. So I read conflicting things on naps, how many naps they should have, how long they should be, all that kind of stuff. And I kind of just think your baby is your baby, and it changes depending on your baby, your routine, your lifestyle, all that kind of stuff. But George generally, he has 4 hours of naps in a day. But basically George will have 2 to 3 naps, and those naps will total about 4 hours of sleep. So if he has 1 hour in the morning and then has 2 hours in the afternoon, he'll need the 3rd nap to add up to 4 hours, to have 4 hours of naps in total, and then he'll sleep for 11 hours at night without waking up, which is amazing. But say for example he had 2 2-hour naps, he won't then go down for his 3rd nap. So basically his daytime naps need to equal 4 hours, and whatever like way that goes, it's fine. It's either 2 naps or 3 naps. I mentioned just then that he is sleeping through the night. He's sleeping through the night ever since his 4-month regression has gone out the window. He is sleeping through the night, and it's all happy days. Occasionally he wakes up, but that's normally because he needs his nappy changing, which is obviously totally fine. Generally wakes up at about 7 o'clock, sometimes 7:30, but yeah, that's moved slightly earlier, but actually that's definitely better for us because it makes me get up out of bed earlier, and then we can all just start the day. In terms of feeds, we are still giving him 4 bottles a day. We're offering him 8 ounces at each bottle, but I kind of think that's too much. I've only started doing that, and I feel like it is a little bit too much because a couple of those bottles he just doesn't even take anymore, and he was fine on 7 ounces. I just kind of thought, oh, he's, you know, 6 months, he needs more food. But because we're actually weaning as well, we started weaning as soon as George turned 6 months. Actually, it was just slightly before he turned 6 months, and we started weaning him, and it's been going so well. If you haven't seen my weaning video with all of his first reactions to his first foods, definitely check that out because it's so funny and cute, or at least I find it cute anyway. Generally at the moment we're giving him 2 meals a day, which is actually more than they recommend. They only say like you need to give like 1 meal a day really, and it isn't even to get those nutritions or anything in, it's just to the concept of eating, helping them to understand like swallowing foods and all that kind of stuff, and understanding textures and all that kind of thing. But he's having 2 meals a day. Generally it's morning and afternoon, so breakfast and lunch. Generally it's always been porridge, and it's really bad. Like I put something different in the porridge every time, but he just loves it so much that I'm like, I need to think of some other ideas. But for lunch and stuff, we're doing a mixture of different things. So basically whatever I have, I will make him a baby version. So for example, I had courgette fries with sweet chili sauce. I absolutely love them. I just gave George some of the courgette fries and then did him a little puree on the side as well, so he had both options. And then another example would be I had salmon. I just chopped off a bit of salmon before, and then actually had just 1 bit of like finger food salmon, which was absolutely so funny to see him try and eat that. But yeah, that's sort of the kind of things that we're doing. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible and basically do him things that we can eat as well. One of the really big milestones that George has hit recently, or I guess he's semi-hit, is almost able to sit independently. And I'll just shuffle back a bit, or shuffle again. So yeah, he can sit like this. He isn't the most balanced, I'm not gonna lie, but he is pretty good. Like I have quite a lot of confidence that he won't fall over unless he really goes one way or the other. But yeah, I probably wouldn't leave him still, but he is very good at it, I have to say. I'm very impressed with him. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't leave the room with him just yet. But yeah, unsupported, he can go a good 30 seconds or so without falling over. And I can definitely see that in the next couple of weeks or the next month or so, he will completely be independent baby. Yeah, He's also always like grabbing his feet when he's laying down. So if he's laid on his back, he'll always be grabbing his toes and like trying to put his toes in his mouth. I can't believe how flexible he is, but I guess most babies are quite flexible, aren't they? Also with rolling, he always, if you put him on his front, he will always roll to his back. But I've never ever seen him roll from his back to his front. But in my 5-month update, I actually mentioned this to you guys, he just was lazy, like he just didn't want to roll, and I don't know whether that's still the case. And he can do it, but he just doesn't want to, or he just doesn't really know. Yeah, I don't really know, but yeah, he's not a massive fan of rolling, but he will do it if I put him on his front. George is now in 6 to 9 month clothes, aren't you? You're such a big boy. So yeah, we've put him in his 6 to 9 month clothes. I think I was just dragging it out until he was 6 months old, that he could have probably fit in them a little bit earlier. But he is quite small for his age, I think. I'm not entirely sure. He was always quite small when he was born, and I haven't had him weighed or anything like that, but I do think he's quite little, but I don't know, maybe he's not. But yeah, he's in 6 to 9 month clothes now, and I think I will have to get a few more just because I have run out a couple of times of baby grows. We only had about 5, and it's just because I don't like doing the washing that often, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, we'll have to get a few more baby grows for you. So going back to weaning, we've actually also introduced water, which I think is what you're supposed to do when they move on to solids. And yeah, so we've started introducing water. I'm not gonna lie, he's having some trouble with it. Where are you going? You wanna go there? Okay. He's having some trouble with it, just that I think he just doesn't know what to do with the bottle that we give him. So basically, we've got two options for him, and I don't know if either of them are the right choice. We have the man bottles, and some of the man bottles actually have the cross teats, which is the one that doesn't come out unless you suck it, whereas normal bottle teats have an actual hole where it will come out, even like only a little bit, but it will come out if you don't suck. Those teats on the man bottle is how we introduced it at first, because it definitely comes out and he knows how to actually take the water that way. But I have read that obviously that's not the best way to teach them how to actually start to learn how to sip. So I bought him a Munchkin 360 sippy cup, and that has a valve on it that means that he has to suck quite hard in order to get anything out. But he has no idea what sipping is yet, so he's really not mastering that whatsoever. I have to admit, it took me a while to figure out how the hell it worked as well, let alone George. But yeah, maybe it's worth me thinking about getting something different, like an actual sippy cup. I just don't know what the right thing to do is, to be honest. And I really just want to get one that's just gonna work and it will be fine. But yeah, I know a lot of people have actually recommended just starting on a cup, which scares the hell out of me, like an open cup just to give him water, and I can't imagine how a baby could ever understand how to do that. But maybe I've just been thinking the wrong way about these kind of things. Another thing is, George is absolutely obsessed with just talking or speaking, like obviously not words. Once he learns like how to make a sound, he'll do that for like a week straight. At one point, I'm pretty sure he was just mocking me, because every time I said something, he was just blowing raspberries at me. But yeah, it's just them like learning all these new different skills they can do with their mouths and all the noises they can make, so it's pretty cool. But lovely. Oh, that smells of milk, Jesus. The next thing is attention. So he needs so much more attention and so much more entertainment than he used to. Like if I'm in the same room as him but I'm doing something, if he's in like if he's like with a toy or trying to sit or doing some rolls or whatever, and I literally just like, I don't know, put the telly on or look at my phone or anything, if I'm not interacting with him and like holding him and playing with him and like all of that, he knows it and he really wants attention like all the time. He has to be with us. Like, it definitely is a lot harder to do a lot of stuff, so creating content is very difficult when you've got a clingy little nugget. Generally anything that requires noise I don't necessarily want to do when he's napping, because it will wake him up, and then if it requires noise and being away from him, which most things do, he just doesn't like it. He doesn't like being on his own, so, which I can understand. I don't really like being on my own either, nugget, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, he needs a lot more attention, and you can't just leave them to their own devices anymore. He definitely needs some sort of entertainment. So I'm thinking about maybe getting him a jumperoo. I did try and hold off on the jumperoo thing because I don't love the way they look, but I feel like he will really, really like it. It might actually allow me to get a few things done whilst he is awake, and because he's awake a lot more than he used to be, definitely is getting a little bit more challenging. But I think you're getting a bit fussy, aren't you, Nugget? You're getting a bit fussy. In terms of teething, he still hasn't got his teeth through, any teeth. He's had at the bottom right, he's always had like a bit of a white dot there, and then it kind of just went away, and I don't know whether that was just the gums have inflamed or something like that, but you can definitely see, like, if you run your finger across, you can feel teeth, but they just haven't come through. He's got his hand in his mouth now. He's always got my hand or anything that he can possibly get into his mouth and chomping on it, which I know is normal, but I feel so sorry for them. I just want to be able to help them with it. A couple of extra things on sleep. So you guys know that I've always used the Love to Dream swaddles, but obviously since he's been rolling or able to roll or showing signs of rolling, we moved into a transitional swaddle. And now we're just in a sleeping bag. Quite a few other sleeping bags as well, so yeah, they're all pretty much for muchness, I think, and at this age he'll just sleep with anything, to be honest, as long as he's warm enough. We're not really using white noise anymore, just because he doesn't need it, so yeah, I kind of just thought, instead of using something all the time so that when he's older he will need it, otherwise he won't go to sleep, I just got rid. We still have it there, like if he's really struggling to go to sleep then we'll pop it on, but normally he's absolutely fine just to go down as long as the room is pitch black. This is obviously his nursery, and this is, you know, pitch black normally with a blackout blind, which I'll link down below because it's really, really good. I talk about it all the time. The blackout blind that we have is so good, and yeah, I feel like every room needs it, and you can take it off and put it into different rooms and take it on holiday with you if we're ever allowed to go on holiday. But yeah, I really, really rate it. He loves these little stacking rings. He's constantly playing with them and chewing on them, grabbing the different colours and all that kind of stuff, so I really, really rate these. They're really pretty as well. They're like his favourite thing at the moment. He does just love taking them from me, munching on them, and then throwing them, but I feel like that's a fun thing to do, so that's fine. But yeah, I think that's everything for Georgie's 6-month update. Nice and short and sweet, but if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing because I'll do these every single month until Georgie's 1. And obviously I like to do my routine videos as well when he hits a new sort of routine. So we did the 3 to 6 month routine video, and then I did a couple of day in the lives, or morning and evening in the life, and I'll do the same for this kind of period. So in the next few weeks, that will be going live on my channel as well. So definitely hit the subscribe button if you want to see those kind of things, and definitely check out the other videos if you've got a little baby and you're looking for routine ideas and that kind of thing. But everyone is different, aren't they, George? Aren't they? Are you gonna say goodbye? Say bye. Bye bye. Ready? Bye.
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better.